You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Welcome to Divine Encounters. I am your hostess, Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo, and it is Wednesday night. And you guys know I'm going to be bringing you a fantastic episode of Supernatural Story Time, as a matter of fact. But make sure you have your high-quality H2O while you are watching this feed, because this is not a passive viewing experience. We're here to create divine experiences. So expect your energy to rise up by the time this feed is concluded. So before we get into anything else, to your health, wealth, and prosperity. Yes. And if you're all about empowering yourself and growth, make sure you check out my free meetup group. This is where we do a collective Zoom meditation and Zoom healings for you guys at meetup.com/awaken Philadelphia. And you guys know I'm all about bringing that value in. So also check out our Facebook page, The Seekers Challenge Room, because this is where we are inspiring each other to take adventures in our own backyard to manifest a life that we want. And I have my website up. Yay! You can totally book with me now at oracleofapollo.com. I have all my services up there. You can book for readings, sessions, or coaching with me. I'm here to be of service. So please let me know how I can be of service to you. Hello, Miss Linda. Thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here so much. Our guest tonight, he is a wonderful host. He's hosting an event next week in Texas. He's going to talk to you guys all about it today and how you can go forward and create your own divine experiences and allow yourself to involve yourself in energy work and different experiences. So let's bring on my guest for the night. His name is Guy. So give him a Divine Encounters warm welcome. Smash those hearts. Hit those thumbs up. Subscribe wherever you are, because I'm live streaming every single Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You already know, bringing you that positive, inspirational, supernatural content to fill your cup. Let's go. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Dominique. Hi, everybody.
We're so glad to have you today. And I would love for you to tell the audience at home a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Absolutely. My name is Guy Brown, and I'm the founder of a gathering. It's called Medicine for the People, Spiritual Gathering. And we've been hosting sacred space together, camping in these 4-day retreats twice a year on the equinoxes since 2011. We started off with just a few people, and we've grown over the years organically. And it's about healing on the collective level, just like this show. It's so funny. It is built around ceremony for the collective, and it is about your medicine, whatever brings you light and love and joy and harmony and peace and balance and wholeness. That's your medicine. So we encourage everybody to come find their medicine if you don't know what your medicine is. And we also encourage people to share their medicine if you do know what that is. So it's a big love fest for 4 days. And, we're loving the fact that Dominique's going to be able to come down this time and join us. So.
Yeah, you already know. I'm so hyped. I'm bringing the spiritual intervention with me. I'm bringing all the entities of love and light. We're going to do mass healing, and it's going to be fantastic. So if you're in that Texas area, come and see me. And this is not the only place you guys are going to be seeing me this year. I expect to be in quite a few cities this year. So expect to come meet me because I want to meet you all. Yes, I'm so hyped about this episode. You know, Guy, I love to start off every single episode with something inspirational, something that feels good. So to that, I say to the audience, what's good? Here we have, here we have the card of the day, and this is the page of materials is our theme for the midweek energy. And the page of material keywords are manifesting, discovering how to create abundance, hilarious, because I was just talking to Guy about, I was just talking to Guy about, I know I'm going to go over there and just poof, I'm just going to fall right into the cycle. Practicing, planning, learning, new energy, new beginnings. I'll claim that. New skills, a student working on the future, and the natural laws of creation. So let's see what the prompt is for today for the page of materials. And I love this. The prompt is encoded plans. And the message is, she's been working on new skills and manifesting her future into being, and she allows us to witness her progress. Manifested. This page of materials has thought about what she wants. She has felt it. She has dreamed it up. And now she's ready to bring all of that energy into form and give it shape. She is delighted to share the good news with you that this earth magic is here for all of us to tap into. These new opportunities and beginnings that are sprouting in your life have so much potential to become beautiful roses that mark the triumph of success. Tap into the youthful and prosperous energy that's available to you right now and play, learn, study, and explore and practice. Keep working your way up, leaf by leaf. Embody and ground this magical creative energy and and diligently grow into your ideal state of self-love. And here's the little poem for today. So I manifest to life this norm, and I shape my world with earth, all the materials I need to form reality to birth. Whoa! If that doesn't speak to the collective today for this spring energy, I do not know what does. Guy, what are you taking away from this message today in regards to this page of materials?
You know, what I'm seeing is it's just a mix of the good, the micro, and the macro. You know, it's a good summation of what's happening out there. It's what's happening right here. This is happening everywhere. It's right at our fingertips. It's right under our noses. All we got to do is see it, and it's the abundance of the aliveness of all of it happening all at one time. That's what this is. And so I can totally see how that would be. It's not just a one moment thing. You know, this is an eternal thing. It's always happening. There's always a dialogue and script in the background that we may or may not be aware of, but there's always some type of support that's always there.
Absolutely fact. I could not have said that better myself. Let's see what our angel blessings are for the midweek. Mind you, these are not messages. These are actual blessings coming into the field for the collective. Woohoo! We got Angel Sarah blessing the collective with action. She is the angel that is all about empowerment. She is the bulldozer angel. So if you are falling behind, she will help lift you up and propel you forward. And we have the angel of love here, Angel Ariel, blessing the collective with unity. I love this. We are stronger in numbers. We can rise up and do more as a collective, and all of our gifts are nothing without everyone else. Without everyone else, we are like ants for Mother Earth, working together to elevate the frequency of the earth. Oh man, wonderful! I claim these angel blessings. Guy, are you claiming them?
Absolutely.
Let's claim it. Woo! Fantastic. Make sure you guys are claiming your angel blessings at home, because you guys already know the angels always want to work with you, but they respect your free will. So you have to invite them in. All right. Fantastic. So we're going to jump into, we have a claiming. Linda. Hello, Miss Judith as well. Linda's claiming that. I'm going to hit that bell for you, Miss Linda. And if you guys are wondering about this bowl that I'm hitting, that is because it is clearing that pathway so that way this can get to you much faster. Love it. Clearing all the energy. We're going to jump into the energy clearing. Speaking of clearing, we're going to jump into the collective energy clearing. And if this is your first time watching Divine Encounters, buenvenidos. But what I would invite you to do now is to take a moment and assess where are you at energetically in this exact moment. From 1 to 10, 10 being this is the most amount of energy I can hold within myself. 1 being this is the least amount of energy I can hold within myself. Think about it and put it in the comment section below. And Guy, you think about that and you answer after this moment. Okay, guys, since you're the man of the hour, where are you at energetically right now?
I'm going with a 7.
That's a good, strong number.
7.5. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. I feel like I'm at an 8.3. That's where I'm at, but I feel like I'm about to get really elevated. I already feel my energy circulating up. And we have here Judith. She is also at a 7 today. That's a nice solid number. And what we're going to do, if you haven't done this experience with us before, I'm going to hit the bell. You guys are going to close your eyes. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. You want to have your palms facing upward wherever you are at in a nice stacked spine. And this position is the receptive position. It's the receiving positions. And you can just lay your hands on your lap. And if you're laying flat, that's fine too. Just make sure you're not like in a little seat, that you're nice and straight. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, collective, eyes are closed, 60 seconds on the clock. We're going to invite the prompts from the theme of this week. So breathing in the new beginnings, breathing in opportunity, breathing in unity and empowerment and action. And we're just going to exhale here for just a moment. Anything that no longer serves us, anything that's sitting in the way from the realization of what we are attempting to obtain, manifest, what we're trying to bring into our field, what's already in the vortex wanting to be with us. What we are seeking is also seeking us in return. And we are just exhaling any stories, any worries, any stressors, and any obstacles that could be potentially blocking us from achieving everything we are meant to achieve this spring. One more breath in, being very mindful, very grateful, allowing all of that energy to circulate through the collective, exhaling that energy and gratitude and love. And we're going to bring the left and the right palm to touch one another in prayer position in front of our hearts. We're going to bow to ourselves and the collective. Namaste. And we thank all of our guides and angels for being here. And all of you at home can go ahead and open your eyes now when you feel like you're a human being again. But please don't stand, as you may be lightheaded or blissful. And make sure you have your high quality H2O with you, because this is that time where the electricity is flowing strongest through you and you want to assist its movement through the body. And then let us know in the comment section below now, where are you at energetically from 1 to 10? And if you felt anything, saw anything, heard anything. And we're going to start with Guy.
Yeah, I'm up there. I feel much better now, actually. I feel like it got a little boost of clarity, and I physically feel better, but I think my mental state, I think I feel like a lot more centered, and not too many more thoughts going on at once.
And what's your number now?
I'm a good 9. Good solid 9.3, yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's wonderful. Isn't that wonderful? We can accomplish in 1 minute. We think we can't do anything in 1 minute, but yes, we can. We can recalibrate. I feel I'm hitting the ceiling now. I'm hitting the ceiling now. I feel cherub energy around me, a lot of joy flowing through me, a lot of heat flowing through me. And Miss Judith went up 1 point. She is at a solid 8. Good job, Judith. And all of you guys at home watching the replay, make sure you comment that number below. And if you're watching on any of the Apple TV, Roku, or Android TV, thank you for watching. Just note that in your journal if you guys are following along, or you can put it in the Seekers Challenge room. And Judith also says she felt vibration. Wonderful. So you were feeling movement. Congratulations, Judith. Good job. And so this episode's all about Guy, pretty much. Yeah, this guy right here. And he's going to talk to you guys about his project. So we're going to give him the floor nice and open. So get the popcorn, get the kitties. There might be a message in here for you somewhere because I know there will be for me. So let's get this story started. All right, Guy, the floor is all yours. We have Miss Elena real quick chiming in. She felt mindfulness moments are doing so well. It's a daily practice. Kudos to Elena. And Mr. Robert Brooker says, I'm grateful. I actually remember that this was on while it was still live. Thank you for being here, Robert. We're giving the floor to Guy here. He's going to share a fantastic story with you guys today. So pay attention. Let's go.
Thank you, Dominique. I appreciate the opportunity to be here and kind of just explain, the a little bit of the evolution and how it started, maybe, because it was spirit working the whole time, and retrospect as always, very clear vision, um, but I had not and set the intention out honestly to create this festival the way it is doing right now. It actually became something that in my spiritual practice, I was in a small town and I didn't have a dialogue with anybody around me at the time. And I was just kind of thirsty for, like, hey, like, can we talk about this or can we do that? And so finally I moved and I found a small nucleus of people, and we started meditating and doing some healing work and chanting and doing, talking about crystals and all the metaphysical stuff. And finally, I was like, you know what? Instead of doing a meetup just for a day, like, let's go camping. Like, I want to do this for a whole weekend, and we can center it around ceremony. Like, we're do some healing work together and use our collective minds to really just like amp up like what we want to manifest. And so we all decided um, to hold space together, and it started off about 15 people. At this one original meetups. And then when we went camping, we had about 30 people to start off with. And it was our immediate friends. And I'll never forget the first, it was at the Alabama Coshada Indian Reservation. And they have a beautiful Lake Tongbibi. And I'll never forget the first one where we all took rose quartz in our hands and we held hands and we charged them with our hearts and we blessed the land and the waters, and we just all like bless the indigenous community that was there, and ask for forgiveness around the genocide and all of those big emotional wounds that are you know still prevalent in some form body embodied still. And so we were looking to ease that tension between the division between the Native American spirit and all of our collectives. So that was like the first one, and we got all the crystals together and we drove around the lake, and then we hit the gong 3 times and we all threw the crystals in the lake, and then we all heard each other yell around the lake, and then we came back and did drumming and everything. So that just started it, and everybody was like, you know what, that was so fun, let's go ahead and do this, when's the next one? And of course I'm like, that was pretty fun, let's go do it again. And then the next one had 60 people, and I would name them different for each one. It wasn't actually called Medicine for the People for the first 6 years, because I would name them different. So it was according to the actual ceremony. So one time it was like Elemental Harmony Tribal Gathering, and we did a ceremony for every single one of the elements. And so through the weekend, we would give homage to the fire, we'd give homage to the wind, to the air, to the earth, and um, and then there were some that were balancing the masculine and feminine. We did some for the bees, some for the trees, we done, of course, the waters, and so we would pick each ceremony and I would call it according to the ceremony. And then people kept saying you need to call it something, the same thing. So it's like branding it. I'm like, no, that sounds too commercial. Like I just want to go camping. And then I finally realized one day, like, oh my gosh, it's all medicine. Like that's what we're doing. It's all medicine for the people. And I had this realization of like, okay, like this is going to be a thing. Like I think that I can really feel like that's what people need is a place to land and have these conversations. And I started searching out for people and going to these meetups and going to the workshops and doing the little things. And I'd say, hey, I have more people. And then those people, Dallas came down and it was us in Dallas there for a while. And I eventually moved it over to Austin, so all of Texas can join in. But the journey itself has been so beautiful. Not what I expected at all. I wasn't, it just kind of grew organically, and I keep saying yes. You know, so that's kind of my job is just the okay, universe, yes. And
You tell me and
and
I'll
it,
follow the directions.
y y I'm listening. I'm
Yep.
trying to listen. And so and the whole thing is, people would rather be happy than anything. So the idea is to find that. You just find the spark that's inside your perspective of who they are and the situation that you're in. It has a spark of divinity within it. If you can like, so this 4-day experience is actually a 4-day prayer. We see this as a way of voting with your consciousness, and we show up like that every single day. What we pay attention to, what to think about, you bring about, right? So we use that consciousness level to say what we want. We have the right to say what we want. We live here on earth. We want the earth to have more love in it, then we come in and we share that. If we want the world to have more laughter in it, we come in and we laugh with people. If we want more transformation in the world, then we come in and we have these experiences of openness and oneness that, like, oh my gosh, like other people think this too. And so you'll find these wonderful, you know, manifestations of just beauty that comes through the people themselves. And it's just the intention behind it about getting together and sharing sacred space and knowing that everyone deserves to have that same amount of space to be heard, to be seen, and to be felt and be understood and to be safe. And so that's the culture that we're trying to create. So we're a very family friendly event. We love the littles, they are the future. So, it is about what you want as far as your medicine goes, you know, and food is medicine. So we have a communal kitchen. And so what we find is each area has branches to it. Um, so, for instance, dance is always a big part of the medicine, um, like a ecstatic dance. So we always have an ecstatic dance. Um, Kirtan is usually it's always there. Yoga, angel walk. Um, are you familiar with the angel walk, Dominique?
I am not familiar with the angel walk, and I'm sure the audience
Okay.
at home would appreciate an explanation on that too.
Yes, I would love to because this is our little signature move. I love this one. Um, I happen to go to Angel School, and Kim O'Neill, shout out. Um, and one of the things that we got to able to do is really get in touch with like what that looks like, and as far as like holding the space of unconditional love, right? And it's always the betterment of the higher, the greater good of all, so to speak. So the idea is to hold each person. You form two lines, okay, and everyone around you, you hold them in a perfect space, no matter their past, no matter their future, no matter what they look like, how old they are, or anything. They are the divine spark, just like the angelic realm sees us, as we are in our
Mm.
angelic form already. So we get to see everyone for that divine being that they are. And so the two lines agree to hold safe, perfect space for the person that's coming down the line. So the person, they shut their eyes. If you do not want to be touched, you can go like this and you can walk through the line and no one will touch you. But if you are open to gentle touch, you will be guided through the line if you hold your hands open and forward with your eyes shut, and then you walk through the actual line and people offer you words of affirmation, praise, blessings, and they just gush the way
Hmm.
humans should see each other. And it just holds the space so beautifully of like it is, you can feel it. People break down and they cry and their hearts open, and there's so many tears. And there's a little video on YouTube, you can look it up, Medicine for the People Spiritual Gathering, and it's a 7-minute video, and the end of it is the actual angel walk, and you can see like how open people's hearts are and everything. And I have the honor to host that space, to where I, when the two lines are formed in front of me, I bring people in and I sit with them 1 second and we connect, and then I make sure they're good and they're willing to accept their blessings and everything's good. And so then I turn them around and they shut their eyes and they walk down the line. And so just feeling the energy of the people on all sides and the energy going down the line, it is angelic. There's nothing like it. And that's usually our finishing Sunday after ecstatic dance. That's usually one of the things that we do, is we all hang out for 4 days and get to know each other, and then you're much receptive to be able to receive.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds absolutely beautiful. In IET, what I practice, we have something similar called Angel Wash. And yeah, people open up, they break down, their walls come down. And I do agree, people are much more receptive to receiving, especially from strangers. Which by the end of the 4 days, no one's a stranger. You're all family by the end of the 4 days, I'm sure. Oh no, we lost Guy. Where did he go? Guy. Guy's outside, so, and he's in the forest. So it looks like we lost him. I'm sure he'll pop back in any second. But make sure you guys are asking the questions that you want to know the answers to. There's so many events that are happening for that 4 days. And if there's something that you've never heard of before, just ask. And I'm sure he'll explain. Okay, and you're back. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
It's all right. I
I
can
had
hear
a
you.
bad technical. But yes, the angel walk has always been a part of it. And that's one of my favorite parts. We have also men's and women's circles. We find that, and I think that's one of the strongest things. Remember, I was saying about like healing the spaces, like where's the highest evolution come in. And one of the things that's been coming up as far as that comes, um, overall arching, is like this the divide between the men and the women, right? Women don't trust men sometimes, and men don't trust women sometimes, and there's this like whole like healing space that really between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Like if we just go to those spaces and we say, you know, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, you know, and we hold that space together of like pure unconditional, like I see you and I hear you, like not for ourselves, you know, in our own personal relationships, but just for the consciousness of the intention to hold that space for the collective,
Yeah.
so people can open up to one another in a much open heart space. And if you know, it all starts at home, right? It starts with us. And so we find that the men and women um, are coming together and they are supporting one another. And that's going to be one of our focuses, is starting the men's group and starting the women's group. We're actually dedicating a TP to the divine feminine, to where she has an expression for herself to do her rituals and be completely in her own space as well. And so we're working on the masculine as well, so we can get the men in there and do our internal work, so we can better show up for one another. And you know, that's where I feel a lot of the healing comes in. And this particular one that's happening in the next week, I noticed that a lot of it is geared around the masculine and feminine, balancing on like doing the internal work. And so um, it's going to be amazing. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm not 100% certain on, you know, all of it, but I know it's divine.
What would be the purpose of people tapping into these divine masculine and divine feminine energies? And for the audience understanding at home, can a woman tap into her masculine divine, and can a man tap into his feminine divine? And what would that look like?
Yes, absolutely. And that is one of the points that I've particularly brought up is, you know, the divine masculine and the divine feminine are in each of us. And so really it's about knowing when those energies are working for us. And we can learn to throttle them back and forth, so to speak. So your your masculine is your action, and your feminine is your reception. So I see it as those those spaces, and not necessarily a gender thing, honestly. It is more along the lines of um, the action and emotion that's behind it, but we do want women to feel like they have a safe space to speak out with themselves. So we are asking, you know, by gender to hold the space together in these spaces for 6 in the morning until the afternoon. So it's a sacred space so that each of us can go into. It's like a little retreat for each of us to be able to hold our own space for a little bit. And for a lot of
Wow.
men, we don't know what that is.
Right.
So we're learning. We're figuring it out. The women are getting it too, but the men specifically, like we're banding together. But we're so independent that it's a little bit more of a like, yes, you can open up here kind of thing. You know.
Yeah. And are there any preparations that people should know about beforehand if they wanted to do such an event as this or participate in an event like this? Is there any like internal preparation or anything like that?
It's pretty much come as you are, honestly. Um, of course, you want your own stuff happening, like with yourself as far as your tent and your food. We do have a communal kitchen. We're asking people to bring 5 pounds of food to share with the communal kitchen, so we can prep the food and share it so everybody eats. Um, but we do try to make it as family friendly and easy. You can walk around barefoot. You can do all the things. Of course, hydration and all that. Just but there's no real prerequisite. That's one thing that I do like about it is anybody that just doesn't know but they're curious, they can come and find out without being super um, unsure. The atmosphere is so friendly and it's still intimate, and I think that's a big part of it is the level of intimacy that you have just through the intention alone.
Hmm. All right. So you guys hear that? You don't have to have any experience at all. Curiosity is all you need. And then you can come and show up and learn something about yourself and have a beautiful experience. Is there anything else you want to say about this event, Guy, or anything else you want to share in regards to your path, what led you here, what your
Mm,
expectations are, or what your goals or dreams are for the future of this?
yes, absolutely. What I would like to see happen in the future is other people in their local community do the same thing, because the thing is there's spiritual family everywhere, and we just need a place to land. We just need to find a place to find each other. That's all we need. Find a little spot, get a little pop up, 20 by 20, and a little um, Coleman stove that can feed a few people, and start there. Invite your friends, and then next time they have your friends invite friends. And so I consider this like medicine for the people of Texas, because it's Texas. It's a huge state, right? So one of these days, I would love to hear medicine for the people, Arkansas, medicine for the people, Florida, medicine for the people, Colorado, and then the people, it's all local. And so we're all connecting on the equinoxes. We all know we're all doing this, but it's not just one little group in Texas. It's groups all over that's tuning in at the same time, because you don't have to be local to, physically you do if you want to hang out with people, but you don't have to be local to tap into what's happening on those dates. So you and some friends, that y'all can line up and do the same thing.
I think that's a good
That's my
message
hopes.
it's like you're empowering everybody to go forward and create their own little groups. And that's how I started my wellness center too here in Philadelphia. We started off as a little group. I invited a few friends. I'm like, okay, who's gonna come meet this random lady in the middle of the park? And that winded up just exploding. over a short period of time. And we had people coming from Boston and New Jersey and New York. So don't underestimate the power of energy, you guys. I winded up opening my brick and mortar building with $5 in my pocket. And that ran for 6 years until Spirit was like, okay, that's enough. We came, we did what we needed to do. We got to move on to the next thing. So I hope this inspires you all. Guy, is there any inspirational message you want to drop off to anybody, or somebody that's a seeker right now? Maybe they're a little iffy of trying to integrate themselves into a community. Is there anything you want to speak to those people?
You know, it's just about mutual respect, honestly, and it's just all you got to do is care enough to care. Just show up enough to understand what this person's feeling right next to you, and like how you know, how you're impacting, you know, everything what we're doing. We're in a relationship with it, right? Well, like, I'm walking on the ground right now. Well, I'm in a relationship with this ground. Am I being nice to it? You know, and I'm just talking to the cashier just for that few seconds. Well, we're in a relationship. Am I showing up in that relationship like I want other people to show up in the relationships for me? And you just carry that along, and all you got to do is just be able to, you know, just see the fact that we're all the same anyway. You know, there is no differentiation. um it's just all, you know, we're all got warm bodies here, you know. There's something in us that's keeping us warm, and if we just can't recognize that, then, you know, we got some work to do. But
Absolutely.
that divine spark
Absolutely.
is in everyone.
And I'm going to just highlight our blessing from earlier because that's definitely in unison with what you just said and in perfect alignment with that. Wonderful. Guy's going to give you guys some information on how you can reach him. But first, we're going to break to a little quick commercial break and give you guys how you can get a ticket if you so want to participate at this event. So stay tuned. Here we go. Welcome back to Divine Encounters. I am your hostess with the mostest, the Oracle of Apollo, Dominique Rivera. Thank you all so much for being here. Shout out to our sponsors, intentionpen.com. Go get your intention pen and set all of your intentions in writing, and so that way you can manifest that which is greater for you than you could ever possibly imagine. Also, if you are looking to run your commercial here on Divine Encounters and reach over not close to 100,000 people a month, you can email me at divineencounters@e360tv.com, and I will put a sponsorship package right for you. All right, let's bring Guy back on. Okay, Guy, let everybody know at home how they can reach you if they want to work with you or know more about your movement.
Absolutely. LoveisOurMedicine.com is our website, and you can reach me there. Guy at loveisOurMedicine.com. We also have a Facebook group. It's called Medicine for the People Intentional Community. We are also on, there's a few YouTube videos. It's called Medicine for the People Gathering. And then we have Instagram too. It's Love is Our Medicine.
And you guys heard it here. If you want to work with him, go ahead and on the replay or now you can go ahead and screenshot that and connect with Guy and check out what he has to offer. And maybe it will help you find someone you're meant to be connected to, or help you find the medicine that works best for you. Because not And everybody was built the same. And this is why we have so many options and choices, and to try different things and see what works for ourselves to all of our capacity for healing. So thank you for that. All right, guys. So now, it's the time of the night where we're going to ask you the very hard question. And this question is not just for Guy, but it's for everybody at home. Make sure you put your thinking caps on. This is where you get to become more aware of who you are in this moment. So let's get the question of the day up. All righty. So here is our question for today, for the collective and for Guy as well. And it says, is there something that I should let go of to be able to move forward? Is there something I should let go of to be able to move forward? So if there is something in your life that you need to let go of and able to, for the purpose of being able to do more, receive more, or be more, what is that thing? And that's for you, Guy.
Man,
I know. I told you it was a hard
question.
One.
Yeah. I think I've always felt like the level of attachment to every single outcome that comes about is a big one, a big lesson for me specifically, because your highest intention and your best planning may not be exactly what the universe has planned for you. And so I feel like, you can put it out there and love it. And sometimes it manifests, sometimes it doesn't, and I think that the expectation that everything needs to go my way, otherwise I'm unhappy. I think that one, I think that's something that I can really relate to as far as, just letting the universe guide more and let Guy guide less. So, yeah, I'm leaving it all up to the universe.
That is absolutely how I feel about this. I feel like for me right now in this moment, as I've been announcing for the last month, that I'm going to be relocating to Texas because I'm putting it out there into the universe. What do I need to let go of? I'm just letting go of everything. I'm just taking whatever fits in the bag. Whatever fits in the bag. It's kind of like the Fool card where he has that little satchel and his stick. And he's like, I have everything I need right here over my shoulder. And the universe will provide everything else. So that's how I feel. I'm just going to let it all go. Start all over again. This wouldn't be my first rodeo starting all over again. So just like Guy, I'm a person who I listen very thoroughly to my instructions, and boy, sometimes they gotta pull my teeth out, drag me across the grass. But you know what? Ultimately, I do it because I already know the longer I stay resisting, the more it's gonna press up against me, and it's just gonna keep calling until I go, okay, honey, I'm coming home. I'm on my way. Have dinner ready. I'll be there at 7 p.m. And then you just rise up to the occasion, and once you make it through, whatever was the resistance, whatever the fear, whatever the label, whatever you were box that you were putting in front of you, once you make it through, it's always beautiful. It's always healing. It's always more than what you expected. And
whatever the story was.
Yep. And Judith says, learn to surrender. And I think that's beautiful advice and definitely a good lesson to be learning at this moment in time is learn. I think we can all do more of that. We can all do more of that surrender and let go of those expectations, right? Wonderful. So Guy, I'm going to pop you into the green room. You can have some aloe water while you're sitting back there, maybe get a foot massage or some reflexology. I think Olga is somewhere around, but she'll get to you. Don't worry. I treat my guests like kings, so I'm sure she'll pop up. So we'll see you in a minute. We're going to do the midweek collective energy check-in, and then we'll come back with you with your thoughts. All right, let's go. Okay, ladies and gents, we're going to do the midweek collective energy check-in. We're going to pull some cards here and see what the rest of the week has in store for the collective. This is a 7-card reading. I don't expect anybody to remember it all, but if there's something highlighted for you while I'm speaking on it, go ahead and pop that in the comment section below. First card of the night. Woo! I am already claiming this. I am claiming this. It says, Zana, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. So the universe is letting us know you may have been through it. There still may be some lingering fears around something, but you are protected not from some harm, not from many harm, but from all harms coming into spring. So allow yourself to let your walls down, be vulnerable, surrender into the experience, because there's something awaiting you here. I think this is such a beautiful card, beautiful message. And if any of these resonate with you, pop that in the comment section below. Be bold and make the first move. Now that you know you are safe, what could you possibly accomplish? Think about that for a minute. If you had no fear, if you knew right now everything would turn out in a safe way, what could you possibly accomplish here? And I like this card because it kind of reminds me of my first pilgrimage to California, where I was told, you're protected from all harm. I arrived in California with $12. So I had to go in cars with strangers and people I didn't know and trust, people I didn't know, in my knowing, though, that I would be safe. And I met the most fantastic, beautiful, vibrational beings I possibly could have ever even imagined. So be bold and make the first move. Book that airplane ticket. Book that retreat. Leave a uncomfortable place. You're going to have to meet the universe 50% of the way here, knowing that you are protected from all harm. Okay. Let's go into our next card. We have the Traveler. What did I just say? What did book your ticket? Book your retreat. Leave the comfort zone. You are the traveler. Even if you're physically not going somewhere, this is the time to move in a different direction, to move away from comfort, to move away from the familiar, and to allow yourself to even just diving into the unknown inner worlds of self. You can be that innate traveler inside yourself and discover worlds unknown inside of you. But in order to do this, you have to be bold, take the steps that are needed, and move in with faith. You don't have to know all the answers. You just have to know that you're on the way. That's it. It's as simple as that. You don't have to know where you're going. Be vulnerable. I'm telling you, these cards are listening to me speak right now because they're just copying what I'm saying. Listen, cards, you stop that. Be vulnerable. Allow yourself to discover, allow yourself to express, allow yourself to share. Sometimes we get so caught up in prejudices or labels or fear or shame or even guilt that we kind of like stunt our growth. And this is saying, be like the meadow, blossom, reach for the sun. Allow yourself to open your arms so much that all you can do is receive. Wow. Be like the meadow. Our next card of the evening. You guys are playing with me right now. Be like the sun. Be like the sun. We literally got the Helios card, who's the Greek personification of the sun. He is the Titan in Greek mythology of the sun. And you guys know my patron deity is Apollo. So this is like granddaddy sun with Helios here. And he's bringing the collective illumination, clarity, understanding, focus, direction, where you need to go. There's going to be this breakthrough, this knowing that is happening here. And I love this number 12. It breaks down to the number 3, which is community and building togetherness. This is a unity number. And here is our outcome. We have the Empress energy. This is a very divine energy. She is seated in her power. She is pregnant with the energy of new beginnings. She is a beautiful woman who knows who she is, know what she wants, and she's very nurturing and caring. And even if you're a man, you can still have this energy and embody this energy of nurturing and caring and creation happening all around with this card. And again, let me just point out real quick, she's also the number 3, just like the Helios card. And now we have Angel Sarah. Once again, Angel Sarah making 2 appearances because earlier this was her first appearance. She is blessing the collective with ease. Ooh, that means we are releasing stress and powerlessness. We have Angel Casiel blessing the collective with abundance. I know that's right. And then finally, this whole message is tied up nice with a little ribbon because the angels are showing off today and they are reminding you to trust. I have nothing else to add to that. This is almost comical because it's just like they hear us, they know what we need, and they're right here supporting and guiding us every step of the way. Let's bring Guy on and see if any of this resonates with him and what his thoughts are. And let me know in the comment section if anything resonated with you and what stood out for you. And make sure you're claiming those angel blessings. Okay, Guy, we're trying to bring you on, but you're frozen. This is kind of like that. What's that movie? Frozen. Let it go. Yeah, he's not even here. He's just blank. He fell into the vortex somewhere, into the abyss. But just a quick recap here. With the cards were Xana, which was you're protected. Oh, you're back, Guy. Are you there? Nope, not yet. He's still frozen. Be bold and make the first move. The Traveler, moving in a different direction. Vulnerability with the Meadow card. Helios, Illumination. And the Empress. This cracked me up, though, the Helios Illumination card. Like, reach for the sun. I have been talking about the sun all week. I was telling one of my friends, actually, Weekly Dose of Dano, if you guys watch his show, it's Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Because I film with him on Wednesdays. I was just telling him my only loyalty on my path is to the sun. I am a sunflower and a human being. I follow the rising and the falling of the sun, and that is my only loyalty in this life, is to follow where the sun and the light leads me. Guy, are you back? Judith is claiming that in the comment section below. Claiming that for you. And vulnerability is what stood out for you. Good job. You're back. Maybe. Maybe. No, not maybe. Yes, no.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm out in the woods. So.
Those woods.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Were you able to catch any of that reading?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
No.
Do you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, actually, I can hear you guys. Okay, good.
I can hear you. Yeah.
I think I'm sorry?
I can definitely hear you.
I can hear you. Can you hear?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What came through for me was the divine goddess that came through. Okay. It was the feminine card that came, that she's ripe and she's just like one of the things I feel a whole evolution right now, and then giving birth to new creation and space of like new divinity in the planet right now. And so I feel like need to chime in on that space. And so seeing that card comes up is like the reminder for me, like, yes, that's, on planet was resonant.
I feel like wow. That's how we're playing this game today. I see you, camera, playing games with me today. Internet. We're trying to get the message out there, and you guys want to play games. The internet just wants to play games today. I think that's hilarious. But what resonated really with me is just allowing ourselves to dive deep into that energy and express it, just to try it out. If you feel like there's something that's not right, if you feel like there's something that needs to move, if you feel like you're ready for more, it's time to discover what that more is. Internet is playing games today, is all I gotta say. All right, and we're going to wrap up this show any moment now. Guy, is there anything you want to drop off to the collective before we wrap up? No? Can you hear me? I just love when these things happen on live TV. No? Yes? No? Maybe? All right. It was a pleasure having Guy on. He's freezing up a little bit, and that's okay. You guys know where to get a hold of him and how to get a hold of him. Watch this replay, share with your friends. There might be somebody in your feed or who's a friend of yours on Facebook or wherever you're watching this that may need to hear this message, or lives near Texas and wants to participate in this, or just wants to go visit Texas. So do everybody a favor and go ahead and send this off to them. And just real quick, a reminder, this weekend I am booking the Awaken CHE Expo.org, and I'm doing readings for the collective mediumship readings. There's plenty of free workshops there as well. So if you want a reading discounted 50%, a mediumship reading or any kind of reading, go ahead and book that with the awakenche.org and book me there. Okay, I see you, Guy. You're finally streaming again. There you are. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Is there anything you want to drop off before we conclude the segment? Oh, I guess he's dropping himself off. All right. That's all I got to say about that. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. I'm live streaming every Sunday and Wednesday. This is season 3. So we've been doing this for a while. Thank you, everybody, for coming. So let's go ahead and wrap up this episode.
Do you or someone you know experience something supernatural that has left a positive impact on yourself or the lives of others? Want to share your story on our show? Please email Divine Encounters at e360tv.com, and together, let's create divine experiences. And now, the Oracle's final thoughts con mucho amor.
Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It was a pleasure hosting this episode here with Guy today. Make sure you guys check him out and recognize that if you build it, they will absolutely come. Time and time again, it is proven. If you have that faith, if you put that energy into it and hold that intention, what you thought was impossible might just be possible. Go forward and create your own divine experience and find the medicine that is for you. May you all go in love, light, and wisdom to know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has your back. Ciao, seekers.
Everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels so much, just hold on. Just hold on.